Every sign you obey, every cone you've ever driven past, and every work zone you've slowed down for, all of them follow the same rule book. A rule book most drivers don't even know exists. A book that tells us where to place a sign, how bright a cone needs to be, how far back to start a taper, and even when a traffic signal is allowed to exist. Today, we're cracking open the MUTCD, the Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, the unspoken playbook that keeps America moving. Welcome to the Cone Zone.
410.
It's coming up now.
Where's the phone? Go there.
Right there.
Oh, shit.
Loser, where's the purple at?
He's in the passing lane.
Oh, he's right here. Oh, fucker!
Right there.
No, don't.
Passing TCS.
Hot one passing TCS. He's in the dead lane.
Get off the road! You're fucking Chrysler, dude. This is bad.
What's up, everybody? I'm your host, the Cone Commander, and today's episode is a special one. Because if you've ever wondered why work zones look the way they do, why a stop sign in California looks the same as one in Maine, or who decides what all those symbols on the road actually mean, this is your episode. We're exploring the MUTCD, what it is, why we follow it, and the huge role it plays in keeping both workers and drivers safe. Let's get into it. All right, so let's start at square one. What is the MUTCD? The MUTCD, which is short for Manual on Uniform Traffic Control Devices, is basically the national standard for anything on the road that gives guidance to a driver. Signs, signals, pavement markings, cones, barrels, arrow boards, all of it. If it communicates something to a road user, it falls under the MUTCD. It applies to every public road in the United States. State highways, city streets, rural roads, it doesn't matter. Every DOT uses it. And states can add their own supplements, but they all tie back to the same core rule book. And the whole purpose is simple: consistency. When you're flying down the highway at 70 mile an hour, you don't have time to decode a sign or guess what a work zone layout means. The MUTCD makes sure that no matter where you are, you instantly recognize what you're seeing. A warning sign is always that orange diamond. A stop sign is always red. A lane closure taper always starts with the same patterns. Consistency keeps drivers confident, and confidence prevents crashes. You might be wondering how the MUTCD came to be. Well, before the MUTCD existed, the road system was basically the Wild West. Every city had its own designs, its own signals, its own ideas. A stop sign might be square in one state and yellow in another. Imagine trying to drive across country with that kind of chaos today. In 1935, the very first MUTCD was published, pulling all those scattered rules into one document. Since then, it's been updated as driving has evolved, from the rise of highways to high visibility retroreflective materials to digital signs to pedestrian signals to today's smart work zone technology. The MUTCD evolves because the world changes. Traffic volumes grow, new research emerges, crash data tells us what works and what doesn't. And if you ever wondered why updates take so long, well, it's because every change affects millions of drivers. They got to study, proposals, public comment, revisions, and federal approval. It's a long process, but it ensures that the standard stays reliable. Now, let's open the book. What's actually inside the MUTCD? Signs, everything from regulatory signs like stop or speed limit signs to warning signs to guide signs you see on the highway. It tells you the shapes, the colors, the reflectivity, the fonts, the placement, the size, how far in advance you need to set them, and when they're allowed to be used. There's a reason an orange diamond means warning everywhere. You got signals, that's traffic lights, pedestrian signals, flashing beacons, and even the rules for when a signal is warranted. You can't just throw up a traffic light because someone's like, it might help. The MUTCD has strict criteria based on traffic volumes and patterns. You got pavement markings such as lane lines, edge lines, arrows, crosswalks, bike lanes, and all the stuff painted on the ground. Have you ever wondered why white lines separate same direction traffic and yellow separates opposing? Yep, the MUTCD. You got temporary traffic control, which is part 6. This is the part that traffic control workers know best. It details taper lengths, buffer space, sign spacing, lane shifts, flagger procedures, detours, work zone setup sizes, and how to handle the closures safely. Part 6 is the heartbeat of everything we do in traffic control. The MUTCD isn't just paperwork, it's life or death. Standardization saves lives because drivers don't like surprises, and anything unexpected at high speed becomes dangerous fast. When work zones follow the MUTCD, drivers recognize the pattern, slow down earlier, make smoother lane changes, and avoid last second panic moves. When the MUTCD is not followed, that's when you get abrupt stops, cones set too close, missing signs, confused drivers, rear end crashes, and crews standing in dangerous blind spots. Most of the "why is this lane closed so far back" questions are answered by one thing: safety margins that protect both workers and drivers. Now, the MUTCD isn't without controversy. Some people want faster updates to include more bike infrastructure, clearer pedestrian rules, better accessibility standards, tech friendly designs for the more advanced vehicles, and more flexibility for modern work zones. Others argue that too much change creates confusion. The balance is always the same: stability versus innovation. And that's why every new edition sparks big conversations in the transportation world. For us in the field, the MUTCD is our cheat code. Before a setup goes out, supervisors reference Part 6. Inspectors reference it, contractors reference it, even law enforcement references it during crash investigations. Now, if someone questions a setup, why a sign is placed where it is, why a taper is a certain length, the MUTCD is the gospel. I've been on jobs where someone wanted to rush a setup, cut it short, or skip signs, and the MUTCD is what let me say no. This is the minimum standard, and we're going to do it right. It gives you authority to keep your crew safe. All right, let's break down a couple common work zone questions. Number one, why do cones start so far back? Because drivers need time to recognize, react, and merge smoothly. Short tapers cause panic stops and side swipes. Number two, why are work zones huge when I don't see workers? Workers might be ahead, or the site could be staged for crew movement, equipment, prep work, lane integrity, and safety buffers all matter even if you don't see people. Number three, who decides where signs go? The MUTCD sets the minimum distances. Crews adjust them to terrain, curves, and line of sight. All right, that's it for today's dive into the MUTCD, the quiet but powerful rule book that shapes everything on the road. Whether you're a driver, a worker, or just someone curious about the world around, I hope this gave you a new appreciation for the amount of thought and planning that keeps traffic flowing safely. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with a friend, drop a review, and make sure you're following the Cone Zone for more behind the scene insights into the world of traffic control. Stay safe, stay alert, and keep traffic moving.